This video I am going to teach you the Hans algorithm. In the previous video I said there are few algorithms such as Hans, CAT, ID3, C4.5, Slick and Sprint, which will make the classifier model to learn the training data set and come out with the decision tree. And the Hans algorithm is one of the algorithms in it which we have in our syllabus. Only Hans algorithm is there in our syllabus, not the others. So we'll see the Hans algorithm here. Yes, this is the general structure of Hans algorithm. Let DT be the set of training records that reach a node T. Yes, what is DT? DT is nothing but set of training records. These are the training records that reach the node T. Okay, this is the node T. Then general procedure. So these are the algorithm of Hans. These are the steps in the algorithm. If DT contains record that belong the same class YT, then T is the leaf node labeled as YT. So if all the items in the training record belongs to the class called YT, then T is labeled as the T will be labeled as the leaf node. So that will be the leaf node. See, all the training sets are having the classification as a single, marital status as single, then that will be the leaf node. Then, if DT contains records that belongs to more than one class, use an attribute test to split the data into smaller subsets. So, if the training set, if the training records has more than one class, if it has more than one class, then what should be done? We have to go with the subsets of the classifier. We have to divide it will not be the leaf node, then we have to divide the nodes into subparts. Then recursively apply the procedure to each step. So we have to apply it to all the steps until we get only one leaf node, that is there is no need to split the data. We don't have any other subclass, no need to split the nodes into. Yes, see first, what is the decision which we have to make? Whether the defaulted borrower is no. Yes or no, this is the condition. Okay, so if you take defaulted borrower in the last column, so how many defaulted borrower are there and how many non-defaulted borrower are there? So defaulted, we have to check for the no under this column. So if you check who are not the defaulted borrowers, so there are 7 people who are not defaulted borrowers. So out of 10 transactions, 7 are non-defaulted borrower and the remaining 3 are defaulted borrowers. Next step, what is said? Again we have classification since we have 2 divisions. So if all come under one classification, then this will be a leaf node as we said in the first step. If all are there in the defaulted borrower, non-defaulted borrower, that all out of 10 transaction, if all are non-defaulted borrower, then 10 comma 0 will be there, then this will be the leaf node. No need to go for the subdivision. But here we have 7 in the non-defaulted borrowers and 3 in the defaulted borrowers. So what we have to do? We have to go for the splitting. Okay, so what I am doing, the next character, the first attribute I am taking, what is that? Homeowner. So if I take homeowner, whether homeowner is yes or no, what are the types we have? Yes or no. So I am dividing it into 2, yes and no. If I have only homeowners also, no need to divide, but I have yes and 2, yes and no, both the conditions. So I am splitting it into 2 nodes as yes and no. And here, if they are homeowner, they are defaulted borrowers, they are not defaulted borrowers. So 3 comma 0. Since we got 0 here, no need to subdivide. This was the first step given in the algorithm. Since all the homeowners are not defaulted borrower, we can say that there is no need of subdivision. So 3 are homeowners who are not defaulted borrowers. Next, if you take homeowners, they are homeowners, but they are defaulted borrowers or not? Yes. See, 3 are not homeowners. So 3 are homeowner means the remaining will be 7. So among the 7, 4 are not homeowners and they are not defaulted borrowers. See here, 4 are not homeowners. Not homeowners. See, no, no. Here also no, no. And here no, no. And here no, no. So they are not defaulted borrowers and they are not homeowners. So there are 4. But they are not homeowners and they are defaulted borrowers are there. That is no, they are not homeowners but they are defaulted borrowers. See, no, but they are defaulted borrowers. Yes. They are not homeowners but they are defaulted borrowers. Yes. They are not homeowners, they are defaulted borrowers. Yes. So how many are there in this condition? They are 3. So they are not homeowner and they are not default borrower are 4. They are not homeowner and they are defaulted borrower are 3. So if it is 0, no need to subdivide this. But we have 3 here. So what we have to do? Again we have to subdivide it. Yes. So we have to check for now marital status. So they are homeowner. Okay. They are not homeowner. Means then what is the marital status? So if the marital status is, see this diagram, is S. If the marital status is single or divorced, then they will be defaulted borrower. If they are married, they will not be defaulted borrower. So we'll check if they are married and they are not homeowner. They are not homeowner, they are married, they are not default borrower. Yes, like this we have 3 rows. They are not homeowner, they are married and not default borrower. See here, they are not owner, they are married and they are not default borrower. They are not married, they are not owner, they are married and they are not default man. Like this we have 3 rows. So 3, 0. Why it is 0? Because if they are not homeowner and their marital status is married, and if we have default borrower as S, then we will be having 1 here. But we don't have such condition, that is default borrower as S for the people who are not homeowner and who are married. So we are putting it as 0 here. In this case I am not going to subdivide since I got the 0 here. But if you take this, they are not homeowner but their marital status is single or divorced, they are default borrower. Yes, see here, they are not homeowner, they are single, they are not homeowner, they are divorced and their default borrower. Yes, they are not homeowner, they are single, default borrower S2. They are not homeowner, they are single, default borrower S3. So in that case I am putting 3 here. They are not homeowner. Okay, they are not homeowner but they are single or divorced and they are not default borrower. Is there any case like that? Yes, only one case is there, so we have put as 1 here. See here, which is that case we will find? They are not homeowner, they are divorced, they are not homeowner, they are divorced or single, but they have the, yes, see here, they are not homeowner, they are single or divorced, but they are not default borrower. This is the only person who is satisfying this condition. So I am putting here as 1. See, 1. So in that case again we have to, here we got 1. So we have to again divide. See here, so I am dividing it into the next property, that is annual income. If their income is greater than 80,000, they will be defaulted. They will greater than or equal to 80,000, they will be defaulted borrower. If less than 80,000, then they will not be defaulted borrower. So we have to check again. If their income is less than defaulted borrower, then see here, they are not defaulted borrower. This is the first, only one person. And what if they are having greater than or equal to 80,000? single greater than or equal to, they are default borrower, yes. If they are having reversed and greater than 80,000, defaulted borrower, yes. And yes, single greater than 80,000, defaulted borrower, yes. So 3 are there, 1, 2, 3. So 3 are there under defaulted borrower. See, 3. So we got the value 0 here, 0 comma 3, and here 1 comma 0. So we can stop with this. So when we have to stop, if we get the value as 0, then we can stop the tree. So this is how Hunt's algorithm works. Thank you for watching.